In today's video, we're going to talk about this, Jake Paul's kettlebell swing. Is this the right way to do it? Is this safe? Isn't this wrong? The answer will surprise you. But before we get started, we help busy over 40s get in shape with only 30 minutes of kettlebell training per week in the next 30 days. If you want to find out more about our method, download our free ebook called The Kettlebell Code in the first link in the description. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe hier. You might ask yourself the question, what is Gregory from Lebe thinking about Jake Paul's kettlebell swing? Now, first things first, I think it is awesome that Jake or his coach decided to pick up a kettlebell. Because like it or not, juggernauts like him, when they pick up a tool and they use it for good, it raises the popularity of said tool. So Jake goes in line with the mission that I have, popularizing one of the best tools on planet Earth, and that is the kettlebell. Second, I've learned a lot about Bruce Lee's philosophies in the last couple of weeks. And I have to tell you that I'm doing the gym-goer of kettlebell training because I don't believe in styles neither. Matter of fact, I believe that dogma is just a better cage. I don't think it's a great way to be confined in only one way of thinking. You don't have to disagree or agree, but grow. A great master has to shield his pupils from his influence. This is deep stuff. Bruce Lee was very philosophical. One of the greatest epiphany moments I've had with Bruce Lee's philosophies was his 3 stages of cultivation. In the first stage, I call it the instinctive and the innocent stage. You pick up the kettlebell, you start working with it, and you're not scientific, but you are truly expressing yourself. This is your reality. Then you talk to a master, you hire him, you work with him. Now you go through a mechanical stage. I call it the stage of information and instruction. You cannot express yourself, you have to learn about the tool. And then once you apply the information, invest thousands and thousands of reps, you reach stage 3, the stage of innovation and inspiration. This is where masters reside. And now you are at the top of the pyramid. You venture out on your own. And finally, you can go back to stage 1 and go back to your true self and expressing your way of swinging or training with the kettlebell. So let's talk about Jake Paul's kettlebell swing. Jake seems to be humping the kettlebell. And maybe you've heard this expression too, right? The kettlebell is like humping the air. And I disagree. We are pushing the hips back, unlocking the knees, and then once we swing the kettlebell up, we hip thrust the way upwards by straightening the legs. Boom, and then squeezing the glutes, and then the kettlebell comes up. Now, Jake seems to be limiting the movements in the lower part of his spine, where he only shifts the pelvis back and forward. Now, we don't want to do this. We want to use our whole body and go into the motion of the swing. Another thing that I'm seeing is that as the kettlebell reaches its apex at the chest level, he stops right here abruptly. And we want to make sure that we finish the hip extension, boom, with glutes tight, or at least with a lot of force coming from the posterior chain. The third thing that I'm seeing is he's using way too much of his arms, so he's very arm dominant. And the final point goes in line with point number 1. Since he's limiting the motion only in the pelvis, he doesn't achieve a solid amplitude. And while the amplitude might be preference, the more you learn the swing, at first you want to learn to increase the amplitude to feel what it's like to engage into the exercise. So here's how it should look like. Watch. I'm just giving you the boundaries in order to understand the exercise. Once you apply it and you feel it and it looks solid, then venture out on your own. So could it be that his trainer is venturing out on his own with Jake? That's a possibility. However, I would recommend for you to learn the kettlebell swing the way the exercise is designed to be used. And then if you venture out on your own, make sure you have a solid reason to do so. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. Share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells. And if you made it this far, consider downloading our ebook called The Kettlebell Code. Listen, if you're over 40, you are short on time and you have other priorities in life, but still fitness is important. And maybe that last gym membership that you signed up for, you didn't use it in the first place. So if you want to become strong, lean, and get into the shape of your life in the comfort of your own home with the kettlebell, then download our free ebook called The Kettlebell Code in the first link in the description right now.